when we used to dance, if your Pagh or dastaar was loose,
It's a problem.
no, but I didn't know. I wouldn't know that because my focus is on my moves, my execution.
Obviously, it was picked up by Sikh Channel, who were asking the question, is Bhangra more important than Sikhi?
Which I think is the wrong question.
With having your dastaar on and off throughout the whole performance. What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. Garden, thank you for joining me. Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's, oh.
What a weekend.
Oh my God.
What
Budde
a
ho
weekend.
gaye.
Cheers,
Budde
Mithara.
ho gaye. I mean,
Is it Mithara Mitharoo?
who knows? We're going to get told off either way, aren't we? Guys,
Tell me your thoughts on what you think, why it is Mithara Mitharoo.
No, what I'm going to say here is we already have a problem that enough people don't
What's the problem?
speak Punjabi, right?
Yes.
We don't need to add to the problem about what is the most correct form of the Punjabi. Obviously, I'm not saying you should be completely dilly
Carry on.
Punjabi, right? But just speak the Punjabi that makes you happy. I'm just glad that people are speaking Punjabi, right? So if you want to say...
I sense tiredness in your voice.
So much tiredness. I am an old man.
Like tired of debating this topic.
Yes, there's that, and I'm genuinely actually tired. You know, it's interesting. We obviously do always planning, and we're like, right, we've got this weekend. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
And we did one.
No, well, we know the two big events,
Yeah.
and the other big task we got done as well.
Yeah.
Something very special is coming for you guys very soon, and but yeah, man, just nini.
So is it Mithara Mitharoo? Tell me. What do you think it is?
I say so. Mere
Cheers Mithara. Cheers Mitharoo.
see, Mitr it means friends. The rest is just added on to make it sound nice.
So it should be cheers Mithar.
Mere, well, no, you say mere Mitr, bahut badhiya. Like my friends are good.
Yeah, but when you say cheers,
I say Mitra,
it's a one or many.
one.
Okay, Mithara. Very good.
But
Perfect.
Mitro sounds okay.
That
as well.
sounds nicer. Yeah.
Right, yeah. But you get some elitist people
Yes.
who will
What, like everybody who is Punjabi?
Ja Puniya. And like, oh, you can't say Puni. Ja Puni. Yeah, I'm not having this debate. It's Sunday. I'm
Sunday.
tired.
Had a heavy weekend.
Oh, man. Guys, just look at the story. You can't because this episode's
I'll save it as a
gone.
highlight. I'll save it as a
Highlight save kar liyo.
on our Instagram. Go follow Indy and Doctor INDYANDDR.
Yeah. So that's one thing. The other thing is, out of nowhere, this heat has come out of nowhere.
Oh yeah,
Indy's
very
highly
nice.
gotta be.
Nice.
So guys,
Last night was warm though, innit?
guys, I'm a Khaira residence, right? So let me give you a little.
Did you try the popcorn?
No, I didn't. Just listen, Khaira residence. I am on the Tisri manzil, okay, and
The 6th floor.
Tisri means third, huh? But it feels like 6th floor. And you go up there, and I've said this before, like, you know, the podiyan are like this.
Steep.
You know? They're like Everest, and I call it Everest. And his landing, I'm going to get him a sign that says Base Camp Everest. But last night, so the ascent is like Everest, but your room feels like India. So
Mad, innit?
this morning, I'm getting ready, standing in the shade,
Yeah.
like feeling sweaty, and I'm like, I don't get this.
Did you try the popcorn?
No, I didn't. To be honest, I completely forgot. When I went to sleep, it was fine. There's no issue.
Okay.
It was
When
just
you
in the
woke up,
morning.
you're like, oh.
I was like, Shabaya.
I was as well. I was
really
hot.
hot.
Yeah, I was hot.
Yeah. And then I came down your stairs and I was like, oh my God, normal temperature. This is so good. I'm staying here, man. I was like,
Normal
I'm
temperature.
sleeping in your front room next time.
Okay.
I'm getting the airbed. That's when I'm sleeping. Also, a question for you, because you're, you know, physically taller than me.
Yes, darling.
That came out on the weekend, didn't it, as well? Multiple people.
Multiple people that met you and said, Karan,
Is that really doctor?
is that Doctor? He's a bit
Chota, yeah.
shorter than I expected.
Chota,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
This one guy, that guy, other indie, who I saw just like dropped his knees as if he was like imitating. He's like, no,
Oh, what?
no, Chota. I was like, bro.
Damn. That hurt.
Yeah, in your... Now, you like the bathroom in DC Manzil.
I do.
Tell everyone
Perfect height
for
for
what?
taking number 2. Perfect height.
What does that mean, Indy? Because people might think you're climbing on the toilet.
No. So the level of squat to sitting down ratio
The leg,
height
yeah,
is perfect.
it's optimal, right?
Very optimal.
Right, now tell me about... Have you ever brushed your teeth up there?
No, I haven't.
Right.
It's a bit tight, isn't it?
In what way?
Like as in when you're trying to bend down in front of you and spit because the mirror's in front of you. Yeah,
so
yeah.
my head, literally, I did my brush and then was like, all right, so I need to kind of like,
You have to hip hinge. You have to hip hinge.
I know you just have to stay there. And so I was there for the 2 minutes.
No, you hip hinge.
But then I was like, if I move my head up, I'm going to hit this mirror.
Yeah, hip hinge.
So then trying to do kurli.
Goodly, what? Mouthwash.
Or
Yeah.
just, rinsing.
That was a tense sound.
It was
amazing.
It was quite difficult. Yeah. And the other thing I found was really interesting, I was trying to be really creative. I pack light, right? But I was like, where do I actually put my smart? Like, I was looking for ledge space, and I was being really creative. Like,
Oh, I saw. I went in there to go to the toilet yesterday. I was like, why is there everything on? If I open the window, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Everything's gone.
If one Puttar comes, right? All my smart is gone.
Everything's gone.
But I was trying to be very creative with
Yeah.
with lid space. Now the funniest thing though is, and we'll come on to what happened on the weekend. But when we were trying to sleep at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning,
Yeah. Birds chirping.
well, and there's one window which has no blind, which normally isn't a problem because it's never that late,
Very true.
right? And so I went to it and I was completely out of it, thinking, oh, there might be something to pull down. And then I realized, no, this is to open the window. And then, 2 minutes later, I realized, I got blind in here. And then, what did I pack this time? My eye mask. So I was like, right, it's hot, so I'm going to...
Why didn't you ask me for an eye mask? I would have given you my spare.
I didn't know you had a spare one. So I put my Desi over the top. And I was
Yeah.
I'm out, man.
Yeah, I have a spare, man. It's cool. If you need it, shout me.
So, look, I love podding, but this is difficult today.
We are very tired, but keep the energy, man. Keep it going.
No, listen, when we get into the debates,
flow state.
This is the flow state, the peritamer, man. Setup today was difficult for you.
Oh, fucking hell. I nearly had a meltdown numerous times.
So breathe. Just breathe.
Numerous times, man. That gorilla stand on that mic, my God, giving me headache. Then, but eventually, as it landed, you were like, "Oh, that looks really good." I was like, "That was that affirmation I needed." I needed that.
Reaction.
I needed to hear that it was good.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Appreciate that. Come on, give me my entrance, Joanna.
It's difficult today.
It's difficult today.
Difficult today, isn't it? Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to give you a toned down version today. Galavi Bega, we've been singing Aja Sonia and Simran, and what else we've been singing in our stories? We've been singing a lot.
Oh man!
And then we were at the club DJ night and singing loud.
A lot of speaking yesterday.
A lot of speaking. We did our mic.
All this will come in what's happening. So stay tuned.
Indy did a fantastic introduction for our friend.
I didn't at all, but thank you.
And I will do a rendition today on the pod. It was so good.
Let's not do that.
So good. 3, 2, 1. Confessions on Brown Monday.
Barry White in the building.
Yeah, it's a different take. This is my Phoebe unwell
Phoebe
voice.
Snotty. Oh,
yeah,
I lost my snotty voice.
I'm gonna do this. Yeah.
I lost my snotty voice. Kiss me, Gunther.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just Friends. I know Friends references inside and out. It's really bad. Quite sad. Right, you first or me? Rock, paper, scissors first. Ready?
I'll go first.
No. This is more fun. Right, on three.
On 3.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. You go first. I won, but I chose you to go first.
All right, cool. So, Mitharoo, Mitharoo, bloody hell, you put it in my head now, haven't you? That's interesting, actually. You know, when I do stories,
Anji Mitharoo.
I do say Mitharoo, don't I?
That's why I say it. That's why I ask you.
You're right. Yeah.
Everything I ask you has a reason behind it.
He's a sneaky guy. So we were with our friends from the US and A. So DJ Ofresh, shout out to Umar and the lovely Madhia, his wife. And we went for roti following a program we attended yesterday. We'll tell you about that one later. Went to Wags. Now, with Desi people, the last time we were together, we went to Nando's.
We did.
There are guests, although they don't like to be called our guests, and we cover the bill. Came now time for the bill. I think we'd already discussed we were going to cover it. That's our normal procedure. Like when we go to America, I'm sure they will reciprocate.
Yeah.
And so the person had come to the table to take the bill, but she said, I can't take it. It needs to be by the till. And so, I jumped up. I had, I was Usain Bolt level.
Sprint.
Yeah, I was there. There was no one in sight. And then what do I see? I see Maddie like Tom
What's
Cruise.
her real name?
Medea. And I've said Medea already.
Or why do you call her Maddie?
I call her Maddie. It's like American.
Was she okay with that?
I
Did you
think
ask
so.
her?
I
She was
think
okay
so.
with that.
I'm not sure. She didn't say no. But she did say, didn't she? She goes, sometimes you guys speak, I don't know what you're saying. I just go, yeah.
Yeah. Hence why I think she's like, well, who's Maddie?
So Medea. Like Tom Cruise. With like focus, right? She didn't care where I was. That was not her focus. Focus was
You
I could see the
were
till.
collateral damage.
Yeah. And she just had the runner hands. Like, you know Tom Cruise is about to jump off the building. Focus. Or, all right, here's the best example. The opening of The Matrix when Trinity has to make that jump.
Yeah.
And then she's on the other side with the two guns,
Yeah.
right? Waiting, right. That's the level of intensity and focus she had running for the till. Then we get to the till, and then the till person is like fumbling around, like, no, I don't know, like whatever. My card is ready. It's Apple Pay. Bang, I'm ready, man. Now, here's the thing. She's a very, I'm going to use the word ruthless.
Ruthless.
But I don't mean in a bad sense. I said to her last night, I was like to her, Umar, I was like, your wife is ruthless, man. She knows what needs to get done and she gets it done, right?
In there.
Right. But here's the difference between man and woman. So we're friends, that's fine. But she threatened to tickle me. She did tickle me.
Oh my God.
She didn't know if I was ticklish, so she's like, I'm going to tickle you and see. Yeah. She's like, I'll pull your beard.
Oh.
She didn't pull it, but she
the
threatened.
threat of it.
Yeah, and then I made up another threat. I was like, she's just like, I'll take your baby. Like,
You said that to her.
yeah, no, as in, yeah, I was like, you're that level of ruthless, yeah, that you could say it like here, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, okay, what can I do? She's a mate, but she's still a lady, and I'm a man. That's
Doesn't want to exert too much force.
yeah, exactly, because like you could just like woo,
Yeah.
but no, so I can't tickle you back. That's weird, and people will be watching like, okay, what's happening here, right? I can't shout, can't pull your hair.
No.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
straight case.
game over, son.
Cold,
Good Lord.
Cancelled. Indian podcast cancelled. So I was like, it's not really much I can do here apart from sort of lean a bit more forward and try and make like a barrier, and that's all.
And that didn't work.
Yeah, because what happened is we then had to go somewhere else, and so what I tried to do is, all right, you're like this basketball analogy. I don't know what this is called, but I'll describe it. You tell me what it is. So I've got the ball, you're behind me, and I'm dribbling this way, but I'm backing up
Wearing
against
him
you.
down. You're backing him down.
Is that what it's called? Right. So I'm like, I'm going to pivot and roll.
Spin.
Yeah. So I'm going to spin off. That's right, isn't it? I'm going to spin off, follow the server. So as I made the spin move, she was already gone.
She followed you. She followed you clean. She's like, listen, I'm from the States, y'all. We know the moves.
She's pro bowler, man. Pro bowler. And then we get to the actual the bit where we're going to pay, and the lady kept saying, "Oh, you need to put your pin in."
To you.
To both of us. And I was like, no, Apple Pay.
Yeah.
And so I kept tapping it like really aggressively. And then something went through, but it wasn't our card, and we lost.
Hang on, when you say something went through, what was she tapping at the same time?
Yeah, we were both tapping. Like it was like a like when you sort of like when you fence. But fencing with cards. Yeah. And again, I don't want to be too aggressive, right? No, to be fair, I did offer her truce just before this. Like moments before.
What was the truce?
I said, listen, let's be civilized. British.
Let's be serious here.
We are the British. Okay? We are very, very.
We conquered you.
We conquered everyone. We are civilized people. Okay, so let me offer you. I'll give you terms. That's what you say.
Terms and conditions apply.
Terms. No. I offer terms. That's how you end a war, right? That's how you end wars. I offer terms. Back in the day, we can go halves on this. That's reasonable.
Fair.
I said, or let's flip a coin. And the Joker element.
That's reasonable. Yeah.
What does Joker say?
Not Joker, Two-Face.
No, the Joker. No, Joker. Yeah, the Joker's talking to Two-Face before Harvey Dent when he's in the hospital bed, but he says it to him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He says something like,
"Oh, now we're talking."
Yeah. He goes, because what did he say? He goes, it's fair. He goes, there's no chance doesn't care about the outcome.
Yeah,
I like that actually. I think that's really good what he said there. So I was like, let's just flip a coin. And as she's agreeing with her face, she's tapping with her hand, and I was just like,
she's a veteran at this game. She knew all the dark arts.
She knew the dark arts, man. Yeah, she's Harry Potter level DA defense against the dark arts. Yeah, she's Snape, man.
So what do you want to discuss in this? Do you want to discuss how it's difficult to fight a
It's
lady in that
difficult as a-
situation.
Well, what's
If it's too bande, you'll come to like a quicker understanding faster. It's like, Jal, I'll get this one, you get the next one. And then, but you have to let them get the next one. You can't do this whole like, no, I'll get this one again. You have to let them get the next one. That's the correct thing to do.
Yeah, or you can just get physical with a man in it.
Physical with a man, yeah?
You get physical with a man, like just a bit of
You
push.
know, it's a bit dodgy, yeah? You know, that line's a bit dodgy.
Well, you
Get
know what I mean,
physical with a man.
in the context of this, like,
Okay.
get to the card machine fast or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
the server's friend, another waitress, is concerned. She's like, what's going on?
I'm not gonna lie, I looked across the restaurant and thought these two idiots are causing a scene
Ruckus.
at like 10:30
Yeah.
in Wagamamas.
Yeah. India's concerned. He's like, oh, they're going to turn on us.
And I was sat there like, oh God. And me, Fresh and Sanj just sitting there looking at you two, and thinking, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. If anyone could handle it, it's those two. Fight to the death.
Great. Yeah. So the question really is, like, as a man, how do you appropriately, what is the line, what is the appropriate level of physicality you can bring
Against the lady.
Against a lady to ensure that you can pay the bill?
And it's a lady that isn't a date either. It's your friend as well. It's your friend's partner. So it's not even a aspect of, like the paying aspect in the typical rinsed out cliche, who should pay first? It's not that. It's these are friends going out together. Yeah. And the wife of your friend has obviously come along and said, I'm going to pay for this. But you want to interject and say, no, you're my Parohna. Yes, correct word. Good word. Good word.
Very, very good, yeah.
And then, there you go.
I told you this before, when growing up, I thought Parohna was like a person.
I thought Parohna's one person, isn't it?
No, I meant as in, I thought it was the name of a person.
Oh.
So like I listen to friends about Parohna, I see. It, again, growing up, even when we speak Punjabi, there's some words that are more common to your house or less common to your house.
Did you ever use the word horny?
What, sorry?
So you say...
Horny?
Khaira horny aya.
Oh, see, you got to say it like that. When you use the word horny, I was like...
No, horny.
Yeah, like clan.
Yeah, clan.
Yeah,
clan.
yeah.
I never understood that. I thought, why
are you adding the word on it?
Why are they using the word honey? I don't get it. As
Honey.
a kid, I used to think, why are they using the word honey?
They're just certain words like...
But horny means like here. So if you say Khaira horny aya, it means that Khaira here.
No, it doesn't. It's clan.
Or Khaira now here.
No,
horny means like now, no?
No, it means... That's horny. Horny is clan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So horny's
It's clan as in Anko. Khaira and Co.
Okay.
Right.
Khaira and co.
Like Khaira, you could say Khaira wale, but no one does.
No one says that. It's horny.
Khaira da parivar,
But you do use that. It's not just... It's not an unknown thing. That is.
No, it's not known. Again, I don't use it much. It's not a phrase I would use.
But it is used.
Yeah, it definitely is used.
Fine, okay. It's not a house nuance that we have.
No. But for example, elta.
Elta?
Yeah. I didn't know what that word meant for a long time. Elta, like naughtiness in kids.
Oh.
Elta kar diyan. And I was like, what? We just don't use that word. And so same. I'd be speaking to somebody, they'd be like, oh, but you get the Parohna, I see. I was like, who's a Parohna? Like, who's Parohna?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't
Who are
understand.
they?
I didn't understand it meant guest. But then I think the other thing was a lot of guests didn't come to our house.
Yes.
That wasn't normal for us. I like that.
That wasn't normal for you.
No, yeah. As in, you speak to some people and it's just like
Open door policy. A revolving door.
like every weekend they're either at a program or somebody's having a program at their house.
It's exhausting.
You know it.
Yes, I know. I used to live at mum and dad's. They have Parohna around all the time. They've calmed down now over the years.
You have Parohna on a Thursday, mate.
Parohna on a Thursday?
Parohna on a Thursday.
Where?
But tu koi kaam nahi karna.
Oh, not that Gyani.
But okay, no. Did we establish he wasn't actually a Gyani?
Okay, he was a Sevadar at the Gurdwara, if that helps. Is that any different?
He's somebody who just attends the Gurdwara.
No, he's somebody who just bartered at the Gurdwara. How about that? Is that better?
Is he on the committee or wasn't he on the committee?
I can't remember. I think he was once upon a time on the committee.
Yeah, okay. It's fine. Ex-patron. Expat.
Anyway, yeah, Thursday. So mum and dad have had people over on weekends a lot. Me and my brother and sister would hate it. We're like, why are they here? We just want to be alone on the weekend.
I think it's that, isn't it? Did you have what was your thing about, say people are coming, was it, this is a phrase mum used to say, "Sat Shri Akal bula liyo," then you can go.
Sometimes.
Okay, what was the out? Who would say the out?
The out.
As in, you've said it, how do you leave?
You just say it and leave, that's it.
Oh, you wouldn't say anything? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just say it and leave, I don't sit. But I'm the youngest, I can get away with it. I think for my siblings it was different. My sister would have to help prep the food with mum. my brother would sometimes have to be forced to have a conversation with the elder.
Oh, the entertainer.
He was the entertainer. Yeah. He was forced to do that. I was lucky. I could just go like, la, 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 la,
Bal
and go
is
and
the
walk out.
original kind of like
Host.
Yeah, but no, I'm thinking like, you know, Jonathan Ross.
Jonathan
It's
Ross.
like Bronny come round and Bal pulls out his cards. So what's happening? What's that guy in BBC? You know all that?
Graham Norton.
Yeah. Bal's like, how's life? How's it going?
Great host.
Yeah. How's your son? Is he failing? Yeah.
Great
good.
host. Yeah.
I'm sure. Bal just goes, gets his cards out. I imagine Bal getting his cards out.
I remember this one Lola, right? If he came over to us.
Sorry?
Lola.
The family member?
No, he was his dad was my dad's mate, but he himself was a knob. Yeah. My age.
Your generation.
My age, yeah.
Okay.
Hence why I can call him that.
Okay.
He came over and he was saying, so how things are going. He was one of those like, I'm a big man, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, etc.
100 grand a year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, me.
Yeah.
100 grand a year.
He's like, killing it, man. Banking's going well, everything's going good. Sick. But you're chilling, innit? Your family got bare money. I was like, brother, I haven't spoken to you in about 10 years. Why are you bringing this up in the first 15 seconds of us conversing right now? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to impress? It ain't me, right? Already you screamed your insecurity.
The quality conversation. Yeah, you're right. I use that as one of the metrics of the quality conversation now. It's how fast people get to speaking about money.
That's it, immediately.
And I'm just like, there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing there, man. If that's what you're chasing, it's a bottomless hole.
Yeah, that and this conversation, you're not going to be able to talk about anything else apart from that. It's sad.
Because next it'd be like, that job be on the table. They'll be like, Gaddi, innit? I'm like, yeah, geez, I opened the gate for you, for you to come in. I know what Gaddi you have. Let me guess, is it yours or your dad's? Ooh. Right, come on, man. We can play this game, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, let's talk about something meaningful, right?
Yeah, let's talk about something meaningful. Like, how are you feeling?
No, exactly, man. But yeah, why don't we talk about this? Parohna.
Parohna. As I said, Parohna. And then we were looking after your Parohna. And then we were talking about paying the bill because we should pay for it because they're our Parohna.
Yeah, although I do think that more of our generation is just equal split as well. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I think now it's that. With some agreements like me and you, it'll be like, I'll get this and you just get the next one or whatever. And it's unspoken. It's like, yeah, take it. It's not like fighting. It's like, whatever. Because I'm pretty sure if we looked over time, it's probably going to even out perfectly.
Yeah. I think as long as you have an understanding. My other tactic, again, I think I was just tired from the event we're attending, is normally what I do, if I definitely do want to pay the bill.
You sneak to the toilet and then pay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You do the trip and then you just speak to them and then it comes up. Actually, you know what I do is, this is how I do it. Because although you pay the bill, again, it's not much shy. You don't want to make the point that you've paid the bill. So what do? You
just do it secretly
and
they ask for the bill.
No, so you've done it.
Yeah, you do it and then you come back to the table, then they ask for the bill, they're like, it's paid.
So what I do is...
They're like, who did that?
That's what I do is I get back to the table, continue conversation. Guys, should we head up?
Oh, Mr. Sneaky.
Right?
Sneaky.
So and then the prompt comes, the question, what about the bill? It's taken care of. Right? That's how you do it. That's how you're not showing off.
Smart one, Dad.
Okay. You don't come back with the receipt.
I paid the bill, innit? What are you saying?
And I got the tip.
Yeah, I got the tip as well, man. What are you saying? In a bit. Let's go.
So, roll, yeah. No, Danny. So, yeah. All right, here's a question for you.
Yes, darling.
It's not part of the segment, but, what the hell, man?
Why not? It's our podcast. We do what we want.
Because
okay.
I don't need that here. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's make it a little bit real. You're right with your family? Yeah. Just your side?
Yeah.
Tika? It's 3 of you, 3 siblings.
Spouses included?
Yeah, they're all there. Tika? You, mum, dad.
So there's 6 of us.
You can include the kids if you want. It doesn't actually
there's 8 of us. There's 10 of us.
All your side. All kids, all spouses, and mum and dad. Tika? You 3, Harps, Bao, yourself, all earning individuals.
Yeah.
Tika?
10, yeah.
You got up for the family meal.
Yeah.
What's the strategy there for the bill?
Mum will always insist on paying. It's very difficult. Sometimes we actually have to stop her from paying. And we're like, Mum, no.
So where do you think that...
She always says, I never want my kids to pay for stuff for me when we're going out and about. Mum's reason is, I want us to go out as a family and enjoy the evening without pressure for you guys to think I have to cover this.
But what is the responsibility of the kids?
So look after the parents.
Huh?
I think it should be you take a turn, I take a turn personally.
You
you take a turn paying, I take it, and we all take a turn paying. If that's how you want to do it, right?
So the alternation.
Yeah, because at least that way, mum, you feel like you have done your duty as a parent, but then we've done our duty as kids to look after you. See?
What? Okay. What do you think though?
What do I think is the right thing?
As in, you're at the point now where you have children.
I don't know.
Do you get to a point where you're like, I've done my bit now? As in, I've been paying the way.
Yeah.
You're of means now. You can pay. You should cover it.
I don't mind. Yeah, I can do. But again, I don't want to.
I mean, it wouldn't be you. It would
cause
be your kid.
upset. Huh?
No,
It will likely be one of us 3 siblings picks it up, and then the other 2 siblings will pay afterwards and square it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, you're on about your level now. I meant you have children now.
Okay, so me, Sanj, and we have kids. Yeah.
And you've paid, obviously, they're up to 18 or whatever until they have jobs and stuff. You've been paying for everything.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They're at a point now.
Yeah.
What's your expectation?
There isn't one. I'll probably take the same strategy as mum.
Which is what you'll offer.
Huh?
You'll offer.
No, I wouldn't offer. I'd pay for it until the kid will offer. Because I know if I raise my kid correctly, they'll offer and they'll want to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't wait for them to do it, man.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
but
if they're raised
I know
right, then
that
they
I'll
should,
raise them correctly to want to do that. Because that's the right thing to do. Because they will see, inevitably, events like yesterday, they'll see that growing up and be like, why did you do that in the car on the way home? So I'm sure Ekam one day will sit in the car with you and Shindy on the way home and say, Dad, why did you do that? Why did you pay for it? And she might ask, and then you explain the logistics behind it. You're like, oh, okay, fine. And then they'll pick that up because they're sponges, right, kids? And they'll take that forward to the next event in the future when they're like, oh, okay, so when I have money, I'll do that then.
All right, here's another scenario for you. You're abroad now.
Yeah.
Big family holiday.
Yeah.
It's not all inclusive.
Mm.
What's your strategy for meals?
Probably pre-agree ahead of time.
Which is what though?
All of us will pre-agree to split everything. That's it.
So one person cover it as such.
Yeah.
As such, like
all of us will cover it there.
The payment.
Afterwards, you just split it after.
Just equal split.
Done.
And
So there's
and
apps
if
like
you have
Splitwise.
we'll calculate. Yeah. And if you've got a group where you've got people who have sharab and you people don't have sharab within a family,
That's difficult.
and you've got the people who have like $100 steaks.
I would have to say to them ahead of time, you need to know, like, don't take the piss in it. I think a lot of people are going to say they wouldn't take the piss. If they're friends I'm going with, they wouldn't take the piss. Like, order £100 steak.
You know what it is?
and expect everyone to
With
split it.
friends, you can have these frank conversations.
Yeah, but even with my family, I can
With
have this
family.
conversation too. So, for example, my Jija will order a drink or a 2.
Yeah.
I'm fine to pay that. I don't mind splitting that up. Bao will order like an expensive steak, maybe. I'm like, yeah, fine, I don't mind that. Me and Sanj probably have 6 Diet Cokes. Like, so eventually,
it balances out.
so eventually it balances out,
6
really.
Diet Coke, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I don't mind because I feel like there is an exception for your family and there's an exception for friends. With your family, it's okay. I know they're not going to absolutely get sloshed and take the piss. They'll have 1 or 2 drinks. I don't care. It's fine, right? When it's friends and they're doing that, I'm thinking, you kind of know what you're doing here. So maybe we should have a discussion about this at a time on a family holiday or friendly holiday and say, how are we going to tackle this? Yeah. Especially if you were on a guy's stag, you don't drink, and they're all splitting the bill at the end. Yeah, that's difficult. So a stag I went on recently, pre-stag last year, they split the bill in half of just food and they did drink separately because some of the guys drank, some of them didn't.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the guys didn't drink. There was a majority of not drinkers.
Non-drinkers, yeah.
So because of that, the guys who drank paid for their alcoholic beverages and the other guys paid for their soft drinks, which is a fair way of doing it.
Yeah, I would say, to be honest, most of the circles I roll in, they will say to me when it comes to drinks, you don't pay for anything.
Yeah.
Your soft drinks are covered within our bill because it's just like it's minimal. And
it's nice.
To be honest, the amount I drink, I don't know how you guys get to 6 Diet Cokes, man, but like 2 drinks max in the night, man. Like, full on. Yeah. The other idea is using a kitty system. So you're all equally...
Yeah, you top money up. Yeah, but even then, the kitty system can be abused.
You can, exactly. Because who's getting the lion's share of the... Yeah. It's one of those things, though.
Friendship dynamics and family dynamics are complicated. People, tell us how you would do it in the comments, man.
Strategy.
Happily comment beneath. Or DM us and tell us your strategies, man. Maybe you can enlighten us.
Yeah. Bigger groups, family you might not see all the time. How are you splitting bills? What's fair? Well, how do you keep it fair? Yeah. I think that's the point. I think it's kind of like that scene in Friends where, we don't earn as much as you type thing.
That lives rent-free in my head, that episode.
Right? But I get that's the point where you get to a point in life where maybe some members of your family it's nothing for them and they can cover 3-4
But even then it makes you feel
bills.
bad. So
yeah. But then if you're not in the position to do that, but you're expected to do it,
it's difficult.
then it's difficult, isn't it? And then it's like, oh, okay, how do I bring this up? This is really awkward. Guys, tell us.
Ahead of
What
time.
do you do?
Okay, let's move on to Indy's confession.
Confession of Indy.
So you saw yesterday firsthand
Oh, God.
a lovely car interaction with me and Sanj, didn't you?
But even before that, what did I learn? Okay.
Which bit did you learn? Oh, you learned.
I know about the car. I know about the swimming because I've been involved in swimming. But I didn't know about the
fact that my wife can't ride a bike.
Yeah, and I was like, Sanj, we are the same. But
we are not the same.
we need to teach you some things, man.
We need to give you life.
You need to ride a cycle in the pani. Just
Yeah, so Sanj can't ride a bike. The reason why we're saying this is because we bought some bikes off my sister because my niece and nephew have aged out of their bikes for Sanj's nephews because they're younger. Gave it to them, and one of her nephews has picked up, had to ride a bike within a week because he had lessons and he learned immediately.
Let's just talk about that.
There are lessons for kids to learn how to ride a bike.
That was like
revolutionary.
Wow. Bro, I was like, you grew up. So my take, I think, was similar to yours. Is kind of you get given a bike.
Yeah.
And you might have some kind of like, yeah, just get on the dada. You know what used to happen to me? I think one of the first big bikes I had, this is like beyond the stabilizer, level bike. I didn't realize you can adjust things on it, like the seat.
So you were sitting really high up?
There were a number of instances where I'd be riding the bike and I'd sort of like fall and I'd land, so my private parts would land on the bar.
Oh, on the bar in front?
The metal bar. And I just
used to hate braking.
yeah, because I used to find it really difficult to stop because it was so high I couldn't reach the floor. And so, but I was like, when you don't know what you don't know. So I was like, this is just obviously how you ride a bike, and you just fall off the bar and you land on the thing and you hurt yourself.
Short man problems, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was a kid, man.
Short king problems, yeah.
And I was like, this is par for the course, isn't it? I was like, you learned new phrase this weekend, haven't you?
Rite of passageway. Par for the course.
Par for the course.
Never knew what that phrase meant until you told me.
He knows now.
Even then, I'm like,
I still don't get it.
Don't see much of a use for it.
Wow. He goes, you use your old man phrases.
Yes, you use your old man phrases indeed.
So, Sanj on the bike. So, Sanj is navigating. We're going to a busy part of London. Some events happening. All the roads are closed. Whatever.
Going to Stratford, basically.
Go to Stratford. Your navigation is whatever. And then she's doing the second navigation.
Yeah. We got caught on like really bad roundabout. Really bad traffic. And we're thinking, where's everyone going? It's a Saturday. What the fuck's going on? I then missed a turning to go back round the roundabout and get stuck in traffic again, which was fun. Because my default is to go the way that I used to go from Barking. And I was thinking, I'm just going that way.
That's it.
But no, didn't work like that. So Sanj is saying it's going to be easier to get to the event that we're going to at Lishkara. It's going to be easier to get there in the car because we were running a little bit late in the afternoon to leave. And she thought, okay, the difference is going to be about 15 minutes extra that we get back if we go in the car. All right. So we left here at 4:45, expecting to get there for 5:40-ish, 5:35. Got there for 6:30 because traffic was so bad around there. Then in Stratford, they closed all these little roads to park the car.
Random.
And then I tried to pull a UE to go back and enter in. The guy diverted me away again. Then we had to go round to park in a different part of Stratford. Got to the event. But in the event, Karan, you saw... Sanj gave me the phone. It's on the stand in front of me as I'm driving. I'm looking at it. It's telling me the navigation to turn right and bear left.
Yeah. And I can see this as well. So I know that the car park is coming up and it's not yet.
Yeah.
So this next bit, I was like, I don't understand.
So I just turned right into the road, and Sanj, what did she say, Karan?
Here.
I'm like, where,
And it's one of those where if somebody does that, and I've had experience of this. When I crashed one of my early, when I say crash, it was like a little
bump.
Yeah, like a little wing mirror when somebody else's Gardi. We were in uni. We're going from University of Birmingham to Wolves for this Kirtan evening.
Yeah,
where I was going to be doing some Kirtan. Basically we got lost. Phone died. Secondary phones being used. Friend Jyoti, and at some point she just went left. And you don't think because you're like the driver, you got to respond. I just went left, and then obviously went to this car.
You went into a car?
Yeah, like it wasn't like fast or anything, but like the wing mirror took a bit of a knock, right? My phone was dead. It got reported to the police. The police rang the house phone. So mom and dad was like, what's happened to him? My phone is dead, so I'm not answering the phone. They're like, is he dead? Like, it's Yeah, it wasn't good, man. And then I rang home, but I didn't ring home because I thought of the situation because my phone is dead. I should ring home. I don't know why I rang home. And they're like, "Oh my god, you're okay." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely fine." Anyway, so when she gave you this instruction, it was like one of those moments where, do you want me literally to go
Bang. So when Sandra's saying that, I have experience with her in the car. So I'm thinking, don't fully listen to what she says because there might be a chance that you are correct. So she's saying left, or like turn. And I'm thinking, there's nowhere for me to turn here. There was this really sharp 270 turn I could take. And I thought, I can go that way, but I don't think it's that way because I don't see an entrance. What she was seeing was a pavement, a curb, and then an entrance point to another part of a road. And I thought, this isn't Grand Theft Auto. I can't just mount the curb and go over there and it means nothing.
It's not how the road works. Yeah.
You can fix the suspension. I'll be like, yeah, $5,000 later after you fix the suspension. Now what? Okay, yeah, that was a bad idea. Right. So you saw firsthand how bad a navigation can be.
It's that scene in the US office where Dwight and Michael drive into the water.
Oh, God.
They're following the sat nav.
Yeah.
He's like, it means bear left. He goes, no, it knows. It knows. And he goes into the pond.
Fucking hell.
That's what could have happened yesterday. But bike riding lessons. I mean, I said, Sanj, I want to be there. I want to watch. You get bike riding lessons.
I think it's important. It's a
challenge video, guys. We'll hire out a professional racetrack. There'll be no one else on the racetrack. Sanj can drive on that. I think that would be something to watch.
Racetrack.
What was the other thing? Swimming. Yeah. Both of you swimming. I mean, we went on a staycation to me.
What did you say? I think you said for the next one, Sanj, I'm just gonna throw you in the water and see what happens. Sink or swim, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I was like, if not, Indy will come in. He'll save you on his back, doing his backstroke.
On my backstroke, yeah.
I'm coming.
On my non-stop backstroke.
I'll be there.
On my non-stop backstroke.
Oh, it was so fun, guys. We went on a staycation during lockdown, Lake District. Part of that spa access pool, and I was like, I didn't know at this point you guys couldn't swim.
Yeah, no, you did. You knew I couldn't swim.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I don't think
you're positive.
Okay, maybe.
Positive.
Anyway, we got into the pool, and the thing is, when you're relaxing, it's not like you're going there to do lengths. But I was like, okay, just genuinely,
yeah.
You know, this is a teaching opportunity here, you know, and
Nice org, yeah.
Nice org, yeah. We were doing that thing with the float, pulling Sanj along, and I thought, we're making some good progress, and then we took the float away. And then she started sinking, and I was like, okay, yeah,
real quick.
But you made some good progress.
Yeah, but then I told you about that realization I had a few weeks ago.
Oh, the how to stay. What was it you said to me? I don't know how people stay up or something.
No, I said I don't know how people stayed level when they were swimming because I was fucking breathing in and not exhaling. So I tip into the body. I was like, when do you breathe out?
Do you not see the bubbles?
No, when do you breathe out? I have no idea.
He just kept breathing in. That was the problem. And so Indy would swim like this. He'd start like this and go, woo.
Yeah. And then I'd be walking. I'm like, what happened?
Because you're so bloody tall. That's the problem.
Why am I walking now? So yeah.
Yeah. We should get some like GoPro, what's it called? Dash cam footage of Sanj navigating.
On the helmet.
of Sanj navigating in the Guddi.
Sanj navigating in the Guddi.
Oh my God. Like rally level. This is, you know, the rally cars when they do the 42, 22.
Yeah. Pivot, sharp turn, 180 hairpin.
And you have to listen. That's the thing. You can't ask.
Yeah. Jeez. So you saw the prime example of bad navigation. She has improved over the years, in fairness, but that was one where I just thought, what is going on?
What was that? That you guys are going to your friend's house, and then the petrol station or something, or M&S, and
yeah, we had a tiff prior to leaving.
Yeah.
And then
because you kept breaking things in the flat or something.
That's it. Yeah. I broke the flat door.
Yeah.
She was proper angry at me saying, this is why you can't have nice things.
Yeah.
And then we got to the venue of the house we were meant to go to. And we were meant to stop at the petrol station. And we drove past the petrol station. And I thought,
is that it?
I think that's it. But I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to look like I'm undermining her.
Because she's navigating.
And I was like, that's one way to ruin someone's confidence.
Absolutely.
You know. So then we get there. I said, when we were supposed to go to the petrol station? She's like, oh yeah. And I thought, this is why you can't have nice things. So I said, I said about it. This is why you can't have nice things.
This is where you had the chance
and
to be
she
the bigger
started laughing,
man.
and I was like, it's not funny. You were laughing earlier when you were giving it 10 to me about breaking the door at the flat, right? That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
I didn't rise to it.
No, you did rise
to
it. Absolutely rose to it. Yeah.
Can't even deny.
There you go.
So there you have it. That was interesting.
Very much so.
There you go. Right. Next sec. Okay.
Yeah.
Hanji, Baji.
Hanji.
This is more of a serious one, I think.
Yeah, definitely is.
It's been a bit of a kerfuffle, I think you can say, online recently about a Amritsar Bhangra team that one of the dancers on stage,
Red Jodi.
bug came off basically, or their bug was loose and they took it off to stop themselves from having the embarrassment of the bug coming off during the performance.
Yeah, so preemptively, Pagh, the dastaar, depending, was removed so that it wouldn't come off in an uncontrolled manner.
Yes.
An uncontrolled manner, for example, could mean if he was doing a formation change, imagine if it comes off and
during that.
And remember, the other dancers, it's not like when we used to dance, if your Pagh of the dastaar was loose.
It's a problem.
No, but I wouldn't know that because my focus is on my moves, my execution.
Yes, good point.
So if it's come off near my foot and I happen to kick it, I'm just going to carry on thinking what just fell on the floor. Is it your ramal? Is it your patti? Is it something else? So, so that's one thing to say.
Because you're meant to pay attention to the entire set, aren't you?
So, he took his Pagh off.
I'm just trying to get the video ready.
So, this is brought to our attention because I think it's picked up by Sikh Channel, isn't it?
Picked up by Sikh Channel, which is picked up by Shindy. Shout out to your wife, man.
Yeah.
She found it. So let's just watch the clip, yeah? Mm-hmm. I think there's audio. Okay, so
dissection.
Now, with this, there's a lot of conflation here between, obviously it was picked up by Sikh Channel. We were asking the question, is Bhangra more important than Sikhi?
Which I think is the wrong question.
With having the dastaar on and off throughout the whole performance. Now, this has been I wouldn't say common problem, but it has happened a handful of times in the Bhangra world. Us being dancers know this. We've seen the Desi of people's bugs coming off on stage, and some have handled it in the right manner, some haven't. And there's been one performance that stands out in my head, which is Natty Giovanni Warriors 2015, 16.
Okay.
Bhangra and the Berg, where the guy's Dorla at the top was flopping badly.
Okay.
Started off fine, and he did a move with his sop, Bhangra prop, hit his Dorla, and it became loose. And during the entire set, you see it become worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where it's flopping back. He didn't take off his bug; he carried on with it, and he got the nickname on Instagram #Floppy Dorla Savage, because he didn't stop his performance. He carried on. He powered through. He didn't make his moves smaller, and he still continued with the whole set. But he did have to stop the Dorla from flopping in his face, so he had to move it around a few times as he was dancing. That didn't get any reception. Maybe social media was different back then to now.
When you say reception, you mean he didn't get flack for it?
He didn't get any flack for it, I don't think. I think a lot of people
What would be in the flack there?
Huh?
What would be in the flack there?
I don't know. Now, I think the core difference here is that for this one, in the video that you guys have just seen, the guy visibly takes off his bug, puts it on the floor in front of him, and carries on with the set. Now, with this, the audience give a lot of adulation and a lot of shouting and a lot of cheering. That can be misconstrued in two ways.
You have to, so let's give people the lenses as well. You have to understand the Bhangra lens. So if you understand Bhangra and you've been in that circuit, and the non-Bhangra lens, if you're just someone watching who doesn't understand what can happen to your Pagh and what he's trying to do in the intention.
Yeah.
So talk from the lens perspective.
Okay, so from a Bhangra perspective, he did what we are told is the right thing to do as dancers. We have both been in Bhangra teams where we've asked our captains and we've said, what do you do in this situation if your bug's coming off? And a lot of them that I've been in, you might have had different. Mine have told me, gracefully take off your bug, put it on the side of the stage, carry on with the set.
I'm going to be honest. It was never told to me at any point. But and this is my understanding. We need to probably check this with somebody like Harvey, not Giovanni. That following it happened to one of our close friends.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. Was there let's call it like
he got so much shit for it. It was picked up in the Cloud 9000 doc about the Bhangra world. I got death threats.
Yeah, but that's obviously bad. But I'm not pointing on that. Was there this UK council style meeting of Bhangra teams to?
No.
give
on
resolution.
how to do that in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was.
Yeah,
But
I feel like I know we weren't part of the discussion, but I feel like that did happen, and maybe that's something we should ask.
Maybe it was an
about.
online forum discussion. Maybe someone can comment and tell us and give us some light on it, on the situation, if they were active in the circuit at that time. We were dancing, but not at university level.
Correct.
We were dancing professionally at the time. So it's different for us. Now, a part of me feels like he did what was the right thing that's told to me.
So industry
as a dancer,
standard.
industry standard in Bhangra, you're told to carry on with your set. The crowd cheering and doing the adulation, some can see that as, why are they cheering at the start coming off?
Yeah, which is not what they're cheering for.
What they're cheering for is the fact that they can probably see, and you can see in the video, he is adjusting his bug again and again and again, and it's making him uncomfortable. He's not completing his moves. He's at the front of the stage.
He's red Geordie.
He's red Geordie, which means you are the
main
dancer, because there's a ranking hierarchy of colours in a Bhangra team. He's the main dancer. He takes off his bug, puts it in front, and the crowd cheer. I think, personally, they cheered not because his bug came off. They cheered because he dealt with the situation and he's carrying on with the set. And they're giving him the encouragement to carry on forward and perform.
It's the understanding that if you have not danced, it's a very stressful thing to happen. Now, if you think about, when you're dancing, there are times where your sup locks out.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, throw it to the floor, carry on. Some of us actually enjoy that, because then we know when we do air sup,
it's easier.
so much easier.
To
but there are things that can happen. Like, I remember being on stage.
I've seen guys on stage purposely lock out their sup and throw it, and then be like,
easy.
Chill.
Yeah. So that can happen. Or, you can do a Bertka wrong. Yeah. Like, if you look very closely, look at WBBC, I didn't warm up properly for that set. And I think the first or second Bertka I hit, I literally come up as if I'm about to fall over. And I'm very lucky I didn't fall over. But I know that, right? So there are certain things.
It knocks your confidence as well for the rest of it.
Yeah. But it wasn't like my dastaar coming off, which is much more visible. But what's happening in that video, he didn't go into that set thinking or knowing that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And we can talk about, was your dastaar bug tied properly?
The preparation there, though, I feel, for the bug tire, every team I've been in, they will tie your bug to a point of it being uncomfortable, because they don't want that bestie coming on them of their team being the team that had the dastaar fall off on stage. Okay, so I've been in teams where one of the guys had his bug tied so tight with the putty at the back.
It's the putty.
The putty tightness, he said it hurts to swallow.
Yeah.
I've never heard a guy say it hurts to swallow. And they were sitting there trying to adjust it. I said, do not touch your bug. I said, you got to just hack it out. And you can't even take your bug off afterwards, because a lot of them have never worn a bug before. And they're saying, why is it so uncomfortable? We said, it has to be. If you get knocked, or if your sup hits your bug, it won't move. It doesn't move. We even make you do things like a 360 head movement, front shake back and forth.
Drills, yeah.
Hard thrust, like just to make sure nothing's going to get hit. And it's not comfortable, but no one cares how uncomfortable you feel. It's about what they see on stage.
Yeah, plus when you're actually doing the set, that pain goes away. You don't feel the headache. You feel nothing of that, right? Because the adrenaline carries
the adrenaline kicks in.
And then post-performance, because you're so high and jacked, life is good, right? Like, until you're waiting for results or whatever, like, you're just like this.
Then you have the massive come down, like, oh shit.
Yeah. So that's one thing. He did not know going into that performance that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
So therefore, the ability, however you handle the situation, the crowd's reception there, the crowd's acknowledgement of, okay, we think you did that in a good way. Again, got to make this very point clear. They are not cheering that he's taken his start off. No one should ever cheer for that. That's right. Now, here's the second point. Okay.
The conflation of Sikhi and culture of Punjabi, Bhangra culture. Those two merge together into this grey area in Bhangra, where a lot of people that has been pointed out to us don't understand the history of what it means to actually wear a bug respectfully, and how people died for that right, to be able to have that. Think of campaign rights here in the UK, the people who have had to fight to be able to have a bug in the workplace, schools, etc.
Very, very big case, yeah.
Right, even in the army. It's stuff like that that's big wins for us as a Sikh community. Now, for somebody's bug to come off and do that and come on the stage and carry on, to them looking from the outside looking in to know I've done Bhangra, and to just think it from a Sikh angle, they're thinking that's wrong, you shouldn't do that. Now, I don't know how you handle this situation going forward, because if you're a Bhangra judge and you're seeing that on stage, all you're thinking as the dancer, I'm following what my captain's orders have told me. I'm going to carry on with this set because I don't want to let my teammates down. Others have said, your time is done on stage, go off stage, your bug has come off, leave the set. Do the right thing for Sikh culture reasons. Not Sikh culture reasons, Sikh Dharam reasons, okay?
Yeah, not culture.
Go and do things correctly by Sikh standards.
The question is, and I asked this to you, and I think it was Kenny, who's obviously non-Bhangra, so he's an outside person looking in. Our standpoint of what we would do in a Bhangra set biases to think about how outwardly somebody would react in a situation. So I said to you, I think in the car when I was driving here, that imagine we're in any other situation. Imagine we're at a Jago party and your bug starts to come off.
You go and adjust it.
You go literally. You don't
straight to the bathroom. Adjust.
You don't carry on. There is no other situation where you would just carry on.
Flagrantly carry on.
Yeah. So then it's like, okay. Then I think, look, from a judging perspective, what I'd want to think happens is,
do you get dot points for it as well?
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think that should happen. I think if your dastaar is loose and the gentleman, so because I asked Kenny the same question, I said, what would be the appropriate response? Well, the gentleman should have walked off stage. I think if he'd done that, right, and there's no repercussion, well, actually, there should be no repercussions from the judges to say, there's no fault or blame here, and you've done the right thing, which is walking off. Now, here's the next question, which is, and I'd have to look into the history of Bhangra, right, for this is, are we using a bug in Bhangra as a prop, or are you giving it the respect that this is the starting crown?
That's the next big question.
That's a big
question to be asked, because the same amount of respect that is paid to a Bhangra sap, a Bhangra kunda, Bhangra kato, the respect you pay to a bug should be higher,
much higher,
and
so therefore it should not be placed on the floor.
But as a dancer, you aren't taught that. You're taught respect the props, and a lot of dancers that are new are never given a bug to wear in Bhangra practice run-throughs before the main day, or maybe a week out or 2 weeks out. Logistically, it is difficult. I respect that to get people ready for that ahead of time at university. You've got a lot going on. I get it. But having a conscious effort to go and do that is important. And then there's other things you can add into this, which is like, okay, why are we using a bug on stage for Bhangra? If there is that Sikh aspect, sharab shouldn't be sold. And then it now turns into like a bigger thing, or doing an adas at the start of a set, which some people do. And it's like, okay, where this whole blurring of culture and religion is really evident there. I don't know what the right solution is and how to wean it out, because some will say, this is the tradition, this is how we've done it, don't mess with it. Okay, fine, I won't mess with it. But then maybe we should think about how to handle this situation in the future with grace and with respect, and it's a universal response so that everybody can do that. But there's no, you know how in boxing they have like a WBF, World Boxing Federation? Yeah. We don't have that in Bhangra. There's no Bhangra Federation or council. Yeah. It's more like there's a Sikh council and that's it. Maybe a Khalsa council. A Khalsa College council, maybe.
There is a Sikh council, but it's not like...
It doesn't come on a Bhangra related matters.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen them pass resolutions on that kind of thing. They may do after this. The other thing people have to understand is the bug, and if we translate bug to mean turban, and I'm going to separate this now from the dastaar.
Why?
Predates Sikh people. That's why. It's not like we were not the first people to don.
So we should use the word dastaar in Sikhi, but turban bug should be used across all other cultural
faiths. Yeah, so I mean that's one frame of looking at it, but even in that, people still have respect for the turban.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm trying to understand. Again, this is something we need to look into, which is, and guys, please comment the original origins of Bhangra. Were they founded with people wearing turbans? Because then some people are saying now, well, they should just not wear Bhangra at all. If there's a risk of this falling off, your dastaar falling off, your Pagh falling off, then you shouldn't wear it, and that would be safe, and you can still do your Bhangra. But then they'll say, well, the image isn't correct. But then the question is, well, are you wearing it because is it basically just a uniform? So then are you wearing it for the right reasons? Well, what are the right reasons to wear it? And that's complex. And that's what Just Rain was trying to address in Late Bloomer, which is, Pagh doesn't equal religious.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is in the reel we've just done about, if you're a lady who has a dastaar, it absolutely means you're religious. If you're a man wearing a dastaar, there could be many reasons.
Yeah.
I grew up, my dad wore it. I'm not religious.
Yeah. Amongst guys it is, but for
guys it
some
is.
women they'll think he is religious by default because he wears a dastaar.
Like you.
So it's like
Going into marriage.
complicated.
You were the religious one.
Thanks.
No, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was seen as that. Yeah.
It was seen that, but you're right. The spectrum is much bigger within men. And the other thing is to talk about intention as well. Now, when I look at the guy, I don't think I think he's doing malicious.
He is a Dastaari Singh as well by the looks of it, because when he takes his Pagh off, his bal opens khulla
Full
at the back.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, he probably understands this is tough in that moment. Like, I'm torn because I keep my hair.
Yeah.
I clearly wear a Pagh outside of Bhangra, or maybe I should use the word dastaar here. And I should be respectful to this. But he probably is also thinking, I need to do right by the set. And I really sympathize with him because he's in one of the most difficult situations.
And if we think from a, and this is not an excuse I'm making, but placing the Pagh at a higher level than the rest of the props and not on your feet, where would he do that on the stage?
You have to
leave the stage. So I'm saying, so you'd have to physically leave off the stage to either retie. Now, look, retying is not a practical thing. The set is too fast.
It takes about 10 minutes to retie.
The set will be done. So I don't think, again, that would just be a hypothetical thing that people say. No. The solution, if people are from a respect point of view, then you'd basically just leave and that's it. You're done for the set.
Because also you can't just stop the set and redo it. There's a time schedule. There's things running around. There's logistics. There's other teams ready side stage to come on. You can't just stop and pause and say, sorry, that happened. Also, Garan, respectfully, some of those kids are, from the stories I've heard of growing up, Bhangra coaches aren't exactly the nicest people. They're very hard on you. They're very harsh.
Okay.
If you go off stage and do that, you're probably going to get your ass kicked, right? And they're probably, some may dance out of fear of thinking, I'm going to get battered if I go off stage right now and don't finish the set. So maybe that's another aspect as well that we need to consider.
Yeah. So then it's in your head. It's like, well, who do you want? Do you want the court of public opinion?
Yeah.
Who may come after you? Or is it going to be immediate kind of your team?
Or the brotherhood of your team to look down on you, which you might lose because now you're disrespecting their hard work. It's so complicated, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not easy at all. And I don't know what the answer is, but
I agree.
Maybe there needs to be teaching on those that do pick up Bhangra, the significance of the dastaar side of it and why that is important to emphasize to them and what it means if your Pagh does come off and how to handle the situation.
In the same way, and I'm sort of like an analogy, but not exactly the same. You have the people who don't keep their case, but have an undercarriage and wear the star for one day, right? Again, you teach them things in the same way you teach about Shastra.
Yeah.
They don't often have Shastra. Not that we often have Shastra, but I think we have slightly more understanding. Don't put it on the floor, keep it at this level. This is how you Mithara take with the dastaar. It's not to be thrown off. Like, so, there is that thing, and I think there has to be a bit more focus on teaching people satkar. How do you do satkar of
Satkar meaning
respect?
Right.
How do you give the right amount of respect? Now, the thing is, I think what happened has led to discourse and discussion. Fine, and that's okay. I think though, and again, it comes back to intention, right? I don't think he's trying to be able to be on stage here.
I don't think so.
So then when you're throwing things like, well, you've forgotten all the Shaheed sings and this, it's too, for me, that's too much. I was like, no, I understand where you're coming from and there should be respect, but I don't think him doing this is trying to disrespect, our history and our Sikh Itihas. And I don't think it's a healthy way to have that discussion.
No.
Have the discussion, right? But don't shame people as a means and bring hate to people. His intention, I'm 100% sure, is not Biadvi.
Mm-hmm.
He did what he thought was right in the moment. It's a snap decision. People can think things in hindsight after a review and reflection, right? So take that. It's a difficult thing to do when you haven't got much time. So then, to mix it then with he's therefore not respecting Sikh Itihas and Shaheed Singhs, I think it's a bit too far.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely on the side that we should understand everything has been given for the privilege to wear this dastaar.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a privilege. And I think one of the best things I ever heard at Gurmat camp, right, is somebody stand up and say, you're lucky because you live in a world where the question isn't, do you have to die for Sikhi? The question is, will you live for Sikhi? And I was like, that's it. That's it.
It's a nice answer.
It's really good, man. It's like you have the privilege now of having these things, but you have to show up. You have to be intentional. So I am definitely of the view that learn and teach your itihas so you understand. Therefore, sadqat's respect comes from having understanding. Otherwise, why would you know to do something or not do something?
Yeah.
Right. In the same way, I think, I have discussions with kids. Like, I really challenge them, but that's how I found they learn. It's like the first question on a slide might be, why do you Matha take to Guru Sahib? Oh, because they're told to. Yeah, but why? And you get to that point and they're like, I understand. Now I've set the card. So when I'm doing it,
I know why I'm doing it.
I'm doing
and I can tell
intentionally.
others why I'm doing
I can
it.
spread the message, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So I think in the same way, there's that. Yeah, that's what I would say.
This is a prime example of not knowing where the lines of culture and religion draw and stop. You really don't know. And it's so complicated to try and sit and dissect it.
But the world is so polarized now.
No. Ignore the polarization aspect. Even prior to it being polarized, say 30, 40 years ago.
Okay, go on.
How would you supposed to know in that moment? This is born from, Bhangra is born from Sikhi? It's born from from Punjabi culture. I understand what saps and kunde were used for back in the day originally. So, okay. But the dastaar factor, I don't understand. Is it because the dastaar sings would only do Bhangra? And then therefore that identity was adopted and therefore used going forward for everybody to standardize it? I could be completely wrong with that take and I could be completely wrong with that opinion. I'm just trying to ask the question.
It's not a bad take. I remember watching something from the BBC. There was a Gora who traveled to Punjab, like cooking type shows.
Yeah.
And I think he was in Punjab for that point of his travels in India, and he happened to do some Bhangra with the Bhangra team.
Yeah.
And when they did the voiceover narration, he was just saying how originally, Bhangra, I think he said this thing was developed by farmers,
Yeah.
Jatt people, to let off some steam, do some Bhangra. He goes, maybe that's where Bhangra, I think that's what he was saying Bhangra came from. And then you think about it, some of the moves like Faslan, obviously, the crops, whatever. So maybe there's some plausibility to that. And so you're right, maybe the majority of people doing it were the starter listings. And so then it translated over, okay, so this is how the original people used to look. So we should all kind of look like this if we're going to do it going forward, even if you're not gear study, for example. But then it's the same thing where why do non-dastaar wearing people wear it on the day of the Nand Garage?
Because in the presence of Guru Sahib.
But if you're not in Nand Garage and you're going to Gurpur, you just tie them out.
Sorry?
Gurpur, you're going to like Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Gurpur or you're going to Vaisakhi and you're a non-dastaar wearing person. So I'm not saying if you're Monnai, I'm just saying you could be like Patka Singh as well, who doesn't wear the star. On those days, you can wear Patka Rumal. So why wear it that day? Why is that the accepted thing? Well, again, and if you really look at it, I think it is to do with that looks good.
I think it probably is that, man.
I think it is that. Why do people wear Pagh or the star on the Nand Garage? A lot of it is because with my Sherwani, this will pop on it.
Well, there was a guy recently on TikTok. I don't know if you saw this. He was getting roasted on Instagram. I'm not going to post it up here or anything. But there was a guy who, his missus took a picture of the two of them. She had a picture taken from one of the audience members as they were in their first dance. The guy was in a patka. And everyone was ridiculing him on Twitter.
So, sorry, it's his wedding. He's the groom.
He's at his wedding reception.
And
bride and groom.
He's in a patka.
He's in a suit and he's in a patka. And everyone's laughing like, why are you wearing a patka? So
you can't win, can you? Yeah.
You can't.
And because in that situation, we don't know who the groom is, but if he's like, well, actually, this represents more of my identity. This is how I spend most of my life.
This is how I spend most of my life. I want to be comfortable in the way that I do. I'm not a double
fair play. Yeah, but even that, it's okay. So this is a more niche point though. It depends on your take from it. Your head should be covered. The method in which it's covered can be debated.
Well, in a Gurdwara.
Yeah, or in general. I mean, obviously, as a Sikh, you should be covering your hair anyway, right? But yeah, specifically when a Gurdwara. But I think the unwritten kind of understanding is when you get to a certain age, if you're as a man, then you should adopt the star.
Yeah, okay.
From a Patka. Yeah, no. I was I was at Harmandir Sahib. It was early in the morning. In actual Harmandir Sahib, just done the Bakarma. I'm coming back out. Just random dude from India, Bhagwan, like just straight said it. I was like, okay, fair play. Yeah, he's like, you're not wrong either. He's not wrong either. But that groom example there.
But isn't that technically, if you were a Monna and you went to the Gurdwara or Harmandir Sahib, and you were there and you wore a Pagh on that day, isn't that for sure, Shah?
Well, no, that depends on why the person's wearing it.
Yeah, but if you're told by another person, a randomer, who says that and you think, okay, and you go and do it, you still don't understand the reason for why you're doing it, are you?
It's complicated.
You can't win.
You can't. And but this is where it comes from. The fallback position is, and I always say, is look, your relationship with Rab is your relationship with Rab, but the way you express your Sikhi is very personal. Kenny had this debate, which is about even the translation of that we've talked about before, code of conduct, and we were like, well, but is it that? Because then that kind of is saying it's rules, but really it's guidance.
Yeah,
I think it's guidance, but within the guidance there is still freedom of expression.
Correct.
For example, it doesn't say which type of dastaar you should wear, what color of dastaar, how many lad you should have. It doesn't say any of that, does it? Right? People will debate about that though. You've got the wrong type of dastaar. And so it's just way too much judgment, man.
Exactly.
That's my thing. I don't understand why people feel so entitled to pass judgment so easily. Maybe it is because social media allows that and there's no repercussions, like the groom on the dance floor. You can just put a comment on there and give you my 2 cents. It's like, but why should you have the ability to give you 2 cents?
Yeah.
Why does your opinion matter?
And then their responsibility will then don't post about it.
To be fair, the groom didn't post about it, did he?
No, it wasn't him. It was
that's
his,
what I'm saying.
it was the bride who posted about it.
Oh, is it the bride? Okay.
She posted a picture of him saying like moments like this are really nice.
Yeah, so exactly, she wasn't trying to control.
She was just talking about like the moment she had with her husband on the dance floor with their first dance, which is nice.
Yeah. Don't get flack for that.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. Last seg. So, Karan, let's tell the people what's been happening. We had first live event, would you say? First live event with just us that's non-mental health related in collaboration with O'Fresh.
Yeah, I was going to say it's more his event.
Which is nice. Yeah, it was more his event with collaboration, which was nice.
Yeah, we were there in support.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Went to support. Had a nice time. Met some really cool people.
Very cool people. Some moments on dance floor. Indy. Doctor.
Wrong way around.
I've seen you.
Yeah.
You're here.
You guys know that shit.
Surreal.
Yeah.
You're real. Doctor's very small. Yes.
He is.
Yeah.
Short
I was concerned actually at the point, where
yeah.
So our good friend Umar, DJ O'Fresh, was like, guys, can you open in terms of do the announcement on the mic?
Yeah.
And I saw the thing and I was like, bro, if I stand on that stage, they ain't gonna see me over the
Yeah.
But then I was like,
up a bit.
I was like, me and Umar are the same height, man. This is fine. If they're gonna see him, they're gonna see me. And yeah. Andy did some pretty awesome crowd work.
It's terrible.
Here's the reenactment. This is not how he did it. This is added for dramatic effect.
I'm cringing already.
This is hyperbole.
I didn't
so
want to do
we had, to be fair, going in, he wasn't going to do it. I was going to do all of it. I was like, no, but come on, we're both.
I was like,
Indian
no,
doctor.
you did.
So I did a bit about how he's in Florence and he's here today in his global tour, world tour, and I passed Indy the mic.
I did.
Yeah, and Indy was like, okay, yeah, I'll ask where people are from, which is good.
Yeah.
That's definitely the thing you should do. Who's from London?
Not much noise.
Who's not from London? That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about.
People not from London. Yeah, go and take the mic.
Make some noise. Make some noise. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That's it.
Oh, it was good. It was good, man.
It was not good.
It was good, man.
Do your bit now. You said welcome to the stage.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it here.
No, go on.
This is an X-rated version. I'm not gonna say it. I just think because when I was thinking about my head how I would say it,
it was too tame.
And I was like, but I know when I grabbed the mic, I was saying this to Sanj. Right, Roda's civil wedding gave a best man speech, right? And there was a bit in there where we had this question. We had this, the whiteboards. I was like, if the world were to end and there was an apocalypse, which of the following would Roda pick as his weapon of choice? Sapakunda or Chardikala crossbow?
Chardikala crossbow, bro.
You haven't even seen the video. It's a big thing. Yeah. Right. He was, oh, you got that bad boy Chardikala crossbow in it. So everyone had the answers on the board, and I said, well, the answer is obviously, and I got the mic. You know how the Rock does?
Yeah.
Like this. And I was like, the answer is obviously your bad boy Chardikala crossbow. And so I know I go there sometimes at that point in the thing. I was like, welcome, the baddest man on the planet. Like it's Mike Tyson, right? The mashup DJ all the way from the USA or USA, New York. Welcome to the stage. DJ.
I'll say it.
Fresh.
DJ motherfucking O'Fresh.
People went wild.
It's the motherfucking also why.
Yeah.
But weirdly, when you add that on,
It does add hype in it.
It sounds great.
Oh no, it's welcome to the.
Yeah, welcome to the motherfucking stage,
DJ.
DJ O Fresh.
Yeah.
Why won't you say it, man? Just say it.
I don't know. I the thing is, that really for me, and I learned this from,
It has to be a big deal for you to say that.
I learned this from Andy Harrington, my speaking coach. And he said to me, he goes, "You know why people swear, or why do we swear in language?" As a speaker, we talk about in the context of that. He goes, because it's a pattern interrupt. You're not doing it because swearing is cool.
No, you're doing it to emphasize a point.
Yeah, and people, because of the neurological patterns, you listen more. You're just like, oh, it breaks up the thing. It's not like monotonous.
Yeah.
Welcome to the. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
And then you build up DJ. Pause. Oh, fresh or whatever you do.
Yeah.
Just go there. And there is something I have noticed over a long time. This is going to sound really, really cocky, but I'm being really honest about
Go
it.
on.
Okay. Even as a professional public speaker, I still get nerves, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I grab that mic, now this is different because this mic is a recording mic. It's not a mic where we can hear ourselves.
Yeah,
right.
on the stage.
Right. But as soon as I hear like my voice coming back to me in the first couple of minutes.
You love it. You get turned on.
I was about to say I get turned on, but that's the wrong thing to say.
I'll say it. You get turned on. You love it.
It's not that. It's like, yeah. I sit into my zone.
Gordon loves himself.
No, see, this is what I can say. It sounds cocky, but it's not that. It's just
I love
I get the what was the thing? I get the affirmation, like you were saying earlier. I get the self-affirmation. I'm on point. I got this. Sit into it. And then I get into my groove and I'm like, I'm controlling the mic. They're the crowd. I have control of the mic.
Now.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Cult ass moving. What did we say yesterday? Remember Chris Tucker in Rush Hour? All the fine girls on this side and all the ugly ass
on this side. Right now.
Come on. What happens in the film? Remember? He's just
no one moves.
No. Remember earlier they were all dancing with him. Oh, it's when he's singing Michael Jackson. Like,
yeah.
They love me. They love me. Come on. Don't stop.
Get closer.
Get closer.
Get closer. I'm burning now.
Don't stop it again.
Till you don't know how.
It's like they love me, Jackie.
I apologize. I'm like a god to these people. I apologize to everybody for their audio there. That was horrible. So that was great, man. Shout out to OFresh. It was a great night. Lovely meeting people. A few humble shout outs. So we met the real Sanj and Indy. Two guys in West London. Shout out to them both. Indy came up to me saying, wearing a Drake over your top. I thought that's brave considering the shit he's been pulled through recently. And he said, what's your name? I said, Indy. He's like, me too. I was like, oh. He said, Inderpal. I said, I was going to be called Inderpal, but then my sister called me Interview. He was like, oh, nice. Then his mate was called Sanj. I was like, my wife is called Sanj.
It's odd. Yeah.
I was like, this is weird. And they're like, yeah. Unintentional. But shout out to those boys, man. Thank you for coming out to meet us at OFresh. Then there's also Rab from OFresh as well. She was a super fan of us too.
Yes.
Which is quite nice. Super cool. Very nice of her. Very nice to meet her. We had a lot of chat with her on the night. Yeah. It was nice. And a few other people, but I haven't got their names written down. But it was lovely meeting everybody there. Please, there's some who say online, oh, I saw Garan or Indy the other day and I was scared to say hi. I was like, just say hi. It's cool.
Gonna be honest, I've never had that. No one's ever scared to say hi to me.
We're genuinely normal
you.
people.
It's him.
It's cool.
It's him.
I think it's just a London thing. When you see us walking, it looks like we are
and
going
angry.
somewhere angry. And you are, because you woke up and you've been stuck on the tube. So there you go, right? It's different. Then the next day we went to the Orange Room for Lishkara. Shout out to Beyond, the artist. Go follow him on TikTok. He absolutely smashes it with just giving people digestible bites of Punjabi music and bits of Punjabi culture.
Freestyling.
He'll be one to bring on the pod in the future. But he has held a great event. Poor guy. I said, bro, this is really good. Well done. He said, yeah, just one thing. I forgot to order kursiya as everyone was standing. And I said, mate, it was your first event. Do not worry. Things like this happen.
It sounded on point. We showed up. People sitting on the floor. The vibe was good. Right?
The vibe was very nice.
Intimate and a very good discussion. Because, people, again, if we're trying to tell kids to learn Punjabi, right, or do anything which is culture related, unless there's a strong reason to do it, incentive, why do it?
Yeah.
And if the gateway is, and that gateway, I think definitely, Sidhu and Diljit have done this, which is Punjabi music is cool,
Yeah.
and I want to be able to sing or whatever, you got to be able to speak the language, man.
Yeah.
Right. And if that's the gateway, and
Yeah.
then like I think H. Tammy was saying yesterday, so maybe that's the gateway, and later on you want to deepen it, and maybe you want to go to Sikhi and read Gurmukhi and read Pagh. Whatever, wherever you start does make a difference. So the discussion yesterday about language and the importance of language, I thought was brilliant. I think the fact that they brought a female artist out, made a statement,
sing as
and
well,
she
she's really
dropped
good.
some bars
Her name is
live.
Pre-Artist Official, I think, on Instagram.
And
Go
she's got
check
a
her out.
single releasing next
Yeah.
week as well.
Which should be out by the time you listen to this, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
have a listen to it online.
Fantastic event, and like I said,
Really well done.
it made me think, man, I wish I was in London more.
But they'll do. I said to Beyond, he needs to do an event like this in Birmingham, and he said, yeah. London venues are expensive though, man. So I said, I said to him, you'll get a better event in Birmingham for cheaper, and you might have a bigger turnout, depending on how you advertise it. So that'd be good. A few people we met. So shout out to Ranjit from the Orange Room.
Yeah.
That was nice to meet him.
Very nice conversation, Ranjit.
Very nice guy. Aman from West London Uni. Shout out to him. He said he sent our stuff to other people as a inspiration to just start stuff and do things. And it's good to see us talking about stuff like this. And it's mad because when you hear stuff like that, Gadam, we didn't think it was going to be this kind of thing when we spoke about our pod and just starting out.
I remember when we had
And he said, oh shit, I was really surprised you guys walked in. I said, bro, you're talking to us now. We're just normal guys. There's nothing special about us at all in that way.
at the Truckee event, I remember there was two guys who've also started a pod. One is a doctor.
Yeah.
And
I know the guy.
Mixtape.
Dr. Ranj, the Mindful Mix podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys. And it was just like, yeah, we look at you guys as, you're established. And I was like, bro.
We are not established, mate.
As in,
calm down. Yeah.
your perception is that. Obviously, from our perspective, we're just like, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
But it's nice to feel that we're getting to
Very.
some sort of platform. Yeah.
And lastly, we met Tanvir and Jatin from West London.
Yeah,
so that was nice of him.
He wants to do something medically related. We're having a good chat about
Yeah,
that.
we should do that, man. And there you go. It was cool.
Very cool.
It was very nice. What a weekend, man. I'm tired. You're tired.
I've got to go now.
We've had a lack of sleep. You need to go.
to go.
We'll wrap this up. People, thank you so much for listening. Drop us a like and a comment, and we will see you next week. Let us know your thoughts on the Harvey episode as well, guys. I know you guys listened to it. That was this week gone, so it would have been out by now. Let us know your thoughts. That for me was a really fun podcast. I'm glad I spoke to him about it. Our most podded person with today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Three times now?
Third episode, yeah. So always worth it, always a great time. And shout out to him. Hopefully we'll see you guys at the event he's running. Hopefully we can make it, I'm not sure. TBC. In a bit, bye. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here and don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.